Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and creatures of the Covenant. It is me, Phantom Arbiter. All is nice. All is well in the world, ladies and gentlemen. We have a GTA 6 trailer. Now, I reacted to this yesterday live on stream, but having spent some time to sleep on it and to think about it, I wanted to go over the trailer itself and everything that I thought of that I wanted to mention. The number one thing to think about with this trailer is that everything is deliberate, chat. Every single thing in this trailer is going to be very deliberate. We're going to go ahead, just do a quick run through, and I'm going to point out the things on the surface that I noticed, and then I'm going to talk about what I think they mean more deeply. We open obviously onto the beach and the apartments in the swamp with lots. Okay, here's the first thing. First thing to note. Wildlife. So much wildlife, chat. There's a whole bunch. Birds. You'll see there's a dog on the beach here coming up. Yeah, right here there's a dog. There's a couple of, I think maybe that's a helicopter, could be a seagull. I would expect to see seagulls here on the beach if we're going to have flamingos. There's also further on is a couple shots of alligators. Yeah, there's a gator right there. There's a gator walking into the convenience store here. So wildlife seems to be a big thing. Number two, vehicle varieties. Let's just go. First shot we get some proper vehicles is the boats. We also have some right here because you can see you have helicopters, and that looks like a little drone, an airliner up there. Then we have, next shot is obviously the boats. We talked about that there's a 747, it looks like, some kind of jet airliner. Sports cars, regular cars, of course. You have to have those in a city sim. We have fucking tricked out lowriders, lots of hood wrap vehicles, a motorcycle right there that looks like a Ducati, hypercars, sports cars, Porsches, McLarens, Ferraris, Lambos, a Charger or Challenger, whatever you want to call it. Another motorcycle right there. We have a whole bunch of vehicle varieties. Crowd density is another thing. Crowd density. Let's see. Here's a good shot. So many people on the beach, chat. So fucking many. On GTA 5, you have the same stretch of the beach. You'll have like 2 people, 3 people, 2 more people. There's nowhere near this level of crowd density. I don't think there's even this much crowd density in Cyberpunk. So I expect this to be reduced by the time the game launches, unless Rockstar manages to optimize way better than CDPR did in terms of crowd density. Next is the social media aspect. I want to talk about the different social media posts that are common throughout the second half of this. You've got this, it looks like an Instagram format, because it's the square ratio, and these buttons are very evocative of Instagram. So you got this one where they're on a boat. You got this one where it's the pool guy wrangling a gator. You have this one where it's this lady shaking her ass on top of a fucking like Civic. This looks like drone footage of a takeover, which is another thing that's interesting because we saw a drone earlier in the trailer. So maybe we'll be able to pilot some drones. Don't know. Here's another social media post, this one being more of a TikTok live or Instagram live. This one where it's some fat guy running from the cops. You have this one, oh no, back one. This guy thrusting his junk in some road rage, apparently as an apology for bad driving. You got this guy doing some proper Florida man shit, riding up on his door with a, by the way, chat, R.I.P. Cootie, see you in heaven, cuz. Yep, that tracks. That's very Florida man. You got some. Here's one. This is not as similar of a social media thing because it doesn't have this Instagram format, but there is this watermark for the Thrillbilly Mud Club. So this was also evocative of a social media post. This one looks more like a TikTok with Granny talking mad shit. That is all the social media stuff. Again, everything in this trailer is deliberate. Every single frame is utterly purposeful, is what you have to remember. This huge focus on social media is probably going to play a part in the game. You may be able to like send social media posts from your single player campaign to like other friends. Next thing to mention, it's Miami. So parties are massive part of the culture. So you got nightclubs, you got rooftop parties. Hair physics looks great, by the way, chat. Yeah, that's something I wanted to mention. It's possible that this trailer is 100% cutscenes, where all of these shots are pre-scripted scenes. I don't expect that to be the case. This particularly is very clearly a cutscene. This shot could be purely like first-person free cam kind of shit. Also, something I'm just now noticing is the sand texture here is really good. I'm blocking it here. I'll move my... That's not my camera. I'll move my face cam out of the way so that you can see. But right here, chat, the sand looks really fucking detailed. You can also see it's sort of clinging to their feet a little bit. But back on track, I don't think that this is going to be 100% cutscenes. This shot looks like it is a cutscene. But for the most part, a lot of this looks like it's actual, in-engine footage that you will be able to experience firsthand. You might be able to do stuff like hang out of a car like this in the proper game. But again, it's also possible that this is a cutscene, so I don't know. Now, that's pretty much all of the surface level stuff that I had thought about up until now. So I want to talk about more the in-depth expectations that I have for this. I think for the most part, this story is going to really try to separate itself from GTA 5. GTA 5 obviously was about an high-profile criminal being dragged back into the world of high-profile crime against his will at first. Sort of he just kind of gets sucked back into this life that won't let him go. I think that this game, basically what I'm trying to get at here, I saw a little bit of discussion online that GTA should be purely about high-profile crimes and robbing huge banks and big heists. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that if this game focuses primarily on the romance aspect and this sort of Bonnie and Clyde us against the world narrative, that narrative doesn't necessarily require high-profile heists to be compelling. I think if you just have this sort of Bonnie and Clyde small-time criminal vibe going on, that is more than enough to tell a very good story. My expectation is that the story is going to not be as high profile as GTA 5 was. I think it is going to be more small-time stuff and really put a lot of the energy on Lucia, I think her name is, and her partner, us against the world right here. This is like a perfect shot because I got your back, you got mine. We're going to take this ship by storm and we're going to fly by the seat of our pants. And what happens, and we're going to get through it because we're together. And I think that is a really compelling narrative that I would love to see from a GTA game. The song choice. I don't think that this, again, in line with everything being deliberate, I think this song was chosen very purposefully for its lyrics. If you listen, here, I'll turn on CC. Listen for the first couple lines of this song, chat. The song is Love is a Long Road, chat. There was this girl I knew. She said she cared about me. She tried to make my world the way she thought it should be. We were desperate then to have each other to hold, but love is a long road. I think this song was chosen very purposefully to have this vibe of we're desperate. We're going to try to stick together. Given that Lucia is supposed to be, from what I've heard, Lucia is supposed to be the primary MC, much like Michael was in 5. We may get to play as her partner. We may only have her partner as a supporting character. That remains to be seen. What I am expecting might be like a plot point is Lucia trying to sort of control, being a little bit controlling, and that being the main character flaw that she has to overcome to have proper character growth, is that she's, this sort of controlling psychopath. And I think that's a very interesting narrative if that's what Rockstar chooses to go with. Because I mean, with Michael, it was he couldn't make himself be a proper family man, and he found himself gravitating towards this life of crime, even though what he really wanted was to just have a functional life with his family whom he loves, but couldn't get away from this side of himself that was longing for a life of crime. And then, through the story, he manages to finally break away and settle down. And I think that's something that we will probably see here in GTA 6. So that's everything I had. I don't think I have anything more. I'm actually really excited for this. I think that this is going to be an absolute smash hit. Other than that, the chat, that's going to do it for me right now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a nice evening. Have a good one.